You said it this morning, maybe in the mirror, maybe in your head on the way to work, maybe out loud to a friend over the phone. I'm not ready. I always mess things up. This probably won't work for me. Who am I to do this? You said it like it was just a thought, like it was just venting, like words were just air. And this is the thing that's been quietly running your life without your permission. Every single word you speak about yourself is writing code, right now, in real time. And your brain, your extraordinary, powerful, terrifyingly obedient brain, is executing that code every single day. You have been programming yourself. The question is, what have you been programming yourself to do? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you isn't motivation, it's science. And it will never let you hear your own voice the same way again. Here's the thing that gets me. We are so careful about what we eat. People read ingredient labels. People track macros. People will spend 20 minutes choosing a protein bar because of what goes into their body. But we will spend 20 years feeding our mind absolute poison and never once read the label. I'm terrible with money. I'm not the kind of person who succeeds at things like this. I don't have what it takes. It's too late for me. We say these things casually, repeatedly, confidently, like we're just being realistic. But what if that, right there, is the most dangerous thing you've ever done to yourself? What if the story you keep telling yourself about who you are isn't the truth? What if it's just the last thing you said out loud, repeated enough times that your brain accepted it as fact? Keep watching, because we're going to break down exactly what your words are doing inside your brain, why fear of failure lives inside your language, and 4 shifts you can make today that will start rewriting the code. Chapter 1. Your brain believes what you tell it. Let's start with the science, because this is not a feelings conversation. This is a biology conversation. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, the RAS. Think of it as your brain's search engine. Its job is to filter the roughly 11 million pieces of information your senses pick up every second and decide which ones make it into your conscious awareness. Here's the critical part. The RAS filters based on what you've told it to look for. Tell it you're a failure, and it will find evidence of failure in everything. The mistake you made last Tuesday, the time someone didn't respond to your message, the opportunity you missed 3 years ago. Your brain will build you a case, brick by brick, until failure feels like the only logical conclusion about who you are. Tell it you're capable, you're learning, you're figuring this out, and it starts finding evidence of that instead. The same external world, completely different internal experience. As neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza puts it in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, your thoughts produce chemicals that make you feel exactly how you think, and then you think the way you feel. It becomes a loop, a biological loop, and your words are what start the loop running. You are not discovering who you are with your words, you are deciding. Chapter 2. The language of fear of failure. Here's where it gets real. Fear of failure doesn't always sound like fear. It doesn't always say, I'm scared. That would be too obvious, too easy to catch. Fear of failure speaks fluent self-sabotage, and it uses your own voice to do it. It sounds like, I'm just being realistic. It sounds like, I've tried things like this before and it didn't work. It sounds like, I don't want to get my hopes up. It sounds like, I'm not a risk taker. That's just not who I am. Every one of those sentences is a wall, and every time you say it, you lay another brick. Think about the last time you told someone, I'm terrible at that. You probably said it casually, almost as a joke, but your subconscious doesn't do jokes. It heard a directive. It logged it as truth, and it started behaving accordingly, making sure you stayed terrible at that so the story stayed consistent. Your brain is not trying to hurt you, it's trying to be right, and it will reorganize your entire behavior to match whatever story you've given it. That story started with a sentence. Chapter 3. What you say. Out loud compounds. Let me give you a picture of how this actually works in real life. Imagine you're about to do something new, and before you even begin, you say, maybe to a friend, maybe just to yourself, I hope I don't mess this up. That sentence just told your brain, messing up is the expected outcome. Now your brain goes into protective mode. It tightens you up. It makes you hesitant. It makes you second guess every step. And when the result comes back less than perfect, and with that level of internal interference, it will. You nod and say, see, I knew it. That's not intuition. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy with your own voice as the narrator. Now flip it. Same situation, but before you begin you say, out loud, not as a performance, but as a directive, I'm figuring this out. I'm learning as I go. This is how I grow. That sentence just told your brain, growth is the expected outcome, and your brain, faithful and obedient as it always is, starts organizing your experience around that instead. The situation didn't change. Your words did, and your words changed everything downstream. As Don Miguel Ruiz writes in The 4 Agreements, The very first agreement is be impeccable with your word. He calls it the most important agreement because your word is the power you have to create. It is a force, and it can either build you or destroy you. This isn't philosophy. This is your daily life. Chapter 4. 4 language shifts that rewire the code. So what do you actually do? 4 shifts. Starting today. Shift 1. From I can't to I haven't yet. I can't is a verdict. Your brain hears it and closes the case. I haven't yet keeps the door open. Carol Dweck proved this. One word, measurable change in performance and resilience. That's it. Swap the phrase. Your brain will start looking for the path instead of the exit. Shift 2. Stop narrating your worst identity out loud. When things go wrong, we announce it. I'm always like this. This is so typical of me. Feels like honesty. It's actually rehearsal, and your brain takes notes every time. The fix. Describe the event, not the identity. Not, I'm terrible with money, but I overspent this month and I'm adjusting. Accountability, not self-prosecution. There's a difference. Shift 3. Talk to yourself before you act, before the thing you're afraid of. Speak direction into yourself, out loud. I'm ready. I'll learn whatever happens. Not delusion, direction. You're giving your nervous system a setting to operate from before fear writes the briefing. Shift 4. Your vocabulary is a vote notice. How you talk about yourself in casual moments. Most people deflect praise and confirm criticism. Someone says you did well. Oh, I just got lucky. Someone points out a flaw. Yeah, that's just how I am. Stop co-signing the old verdict. Every word you speak is a vote for a version of yourself. Cast them with intention. Here's your challenge for the next 24 hours. Pay attention. Every time you catch yourself saying something that sentences you, I'm not the type. I always do this. That's just how I am. Pause. And rewrite the sentence, if you can. Not into something fake, not into something you don't believe yet, just into something open, something that leaves the door cracked instead of slamming it shut. Then come to the comments and tell me, what is one sentence you've been saying about yourself that you are retiring today? What are you replacing it with? Write it down here. Say it out loud to this community, because saying it publicly makes it real in a way that thinking it never does. This is Untrapped, and this community exists for one reason, to help you get out of the invisible cage. The one made of old stories, borrowed beliefs, and words you never realized were building walls. You're not who you've been saying you are. You're who you're about to become.